Well, hello everyone. It is
Hi.
June 6th, which means it is our reading sprint night for our June read of Tracey Lange's We Are the Brennans. Of course, for our reading sprints, you can read or do whatever you please. But let us know in the comments what you will be doing or reading. So we know what everyone's doing. And say hi, of course. I'm still here. I'm ready to have this baby.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
I'm like, all today I wasn't feeling very well. And I don't know if it's because like I wasn't really eating or I was waiting too long to eat. I haven't had much water, so that could be it too. But they also say you start to feel kind of sick as you get closer. And Friday, when I went into the doctor, I was 4 centimeters dilated, which to me seems like a lot. So it's almost been a week. I go to the doctor again tomorrow, so I guess we'll see. But I'm like tired, just ready to.
Yeah.
I'm ready to have my body back. I think that's what it is. Like I'm not even like worried about like not sleeping and the feeding schedule and having to like I'm just ready to be able to like get up out of a chair. So that's what I'm ready for, because that's been really exhausting. And quite frankly, I'm just ready to be able to eat without having to really think about it. So that's a big thing for me, because that's really been like just really crappy for the end of my pregnancy. So it's like Andy is here. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Just as a reminder for everyone, the June read is Tracey Lange's We Are the Brennans. So that's what we're all reading in June. And the next live stream that you'll see from our channel will be for the live discussion for the book, which will be on Tuesday, June 27th at 8 p.m. So we'll be back here in a couple of weeks to discuss the book. As always, if you're interested in the Voxer group and you're not already in the Voxer group, just let us know and we'll go ahead and add you. But we kind of discuss throughout while we're reading, so you can join that at any time. You just pop you right in. You won't be able to see any of the past discussion, but you'll just continue forward in any continued discussion. So, yeah. Oh, so what have you been up to lately? Anything fun and exciting?
I don't think so. I mean, trying to take a walk every day, I am mostly successful at that. I don't know. My sleep is still terrible. I don't know. I feel like every day I wake up between 2 and 3 a.m. and then I'm up for at least an hour, if not 2 or 3. And there's no reason for it. I'm not anxious or anything. I feel fine. I'm just sleeping, and all of a sudden my body's like, okay, let's just be awake for a couple of hours and totally mess with your sleep schedule. So, yeah, that's annoying. But I also know like I'm at that age where that happens anyways. So,
yeah,
I don't think there's anything really new with me. My mom's doing really well, which is good.
that's awesome.
And she's doing physical therapy for her arm for lymphedema, and that'll be wrapping up I think in a couple of weeks. After that, I don't know. So yeah, just pass them along.
Okay. Looks like Mary's here. Yep, we haven't started either. I actually found the audiobook on Hoopla. So once I start reading, I'll be listening to it on audio. I actually won't be starting it right away this evening with us because I am trying to get so many things done before this baby comes, because I really think he's coming any day. So I will actually be filming a few YouTube videos So you guys are going to see me. I'll be muted, but you'll see like the behind the scenes of what I do when I'm filming, which will just look like I'm talking to a camera. And you'll probably see me change outfits and hairstyles or something silly because I'm a weirdo like that. And absolutely, Mary, yeah, I'll pop that back on the screen for you. No worries. So the next time we're live for the live discussion will be for June 27th, so at 8 p.m. And that's the next time we'll be on for DoubleBookedCo. As a reminder for our Etsy shop, that will be turned on vacation mode as of tonight at 11:59. So if you're trying to get any last minute shopping in for that, definitely do that because that will be turned on to vacation mode this evening. So yeah, and I know I've gotten all ordered, like we had some orders from last week. Everything's out so far, so if anyone orders today, that'll all be sent out tomorrow because like I said, I'm thinking this baby is coming like real soon. Real soon. So yeah. Oh boy. Yes. Yeah, Andy, actually I'm gonna be filming
I wanted to ask
all my London videos.
Andy, I wanted to ask you how your move is going. Like, are you all done with the move? Did you unpack all the way yet? Like, how is that going? I hope it's done for your sanity's sake.
You know, we moved into our house like 7 years ago, and I can tell you there's still boxes like somewhere in the attic that have not been like unpacked. So I wonder, is anyone ever really moved in?
I know. I think I have one in my basement that's the same way, and I think I'm coming up on 19 years here, maybe. So yeah, I hear you.
And you know, it's funny because people will say like, they'll say like if you've not seen it for that long, then do you really need it? And I think to myself like, yeah, because what if when I open I go, oh my gosh, that's where that is. So don't tell me. I'll keep all my stuff. No more reminder sprints. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to there. We have our reading sprints tonight, and then we have nothing, and then the live discussion. We usually only have one reading sprint per month. But correct me if I'm thinking of something else that you're referring to. Like I said, I'm going to be filming, so it's going to look real weird on my end. But Laura, will you be starting the book this evening?
I was going to be, however, so I returned my library copy and I got a copy off of paperback swap. I have a lot of credits, so I found a copy. Great. I received it last week. Perfect, on time. I can't find it in my house. Like, it's a new edition. It should be on the top of any pile that's there, really, theoretically.
Yep.
I can't find it. So I'm reading Happiness for Beginners by Catherine Center. I started this last week and read almost half of it, like, when I was sitting outside that one time. But it's true. So I'll be reading this, and then maybe when I get up to like go to the bathroom or close blinds, I will see it somewhere suddenly, and I'll switch over to reading that. But for now, it's this book. Drives me crazy. Honestly.
No worries. I think you'll find it. It's one of those things like
I will.
Whenever I find something, I'm just like, of course this is where it is. Like, why didn't I look here first?
I know. It's
No
not on my
worries,
coffee
dear.
table, and it's not like right by my computer where I would normally keep new books. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy
Yes.
actually had a little side reading going on with Amy Tan's Joy Luck Club, which we all finished at the end of May,
That's right,
which
yeah.
was very good. So if anyone's interested in another Amy Tan book, if you recall, a couple months ago we read Amy Tan's Kitchen God's Wife. Joy Luck Club is excellent. And I will say, watching the film immediately after reading was awesome. Like, there was a couple of times like I had to like hold back tears, and I think it's because I'm pregnant and have an infant. There's so much, like, even in Kitchen God's Wife, there's just so much infant mortality, like in
Yeah.
Chinese stories, and I know it's way worse than what that they're even showing, but it's like, oh, and there's like a scene in the movie that is not in the book, but I understand why they made that storyline do something else. But it's so tragic. Like, I had to look away from the screen because I was just like, I don't want to see the rest of this scene because I know it's going to happen, because I remembered from when I was a kid and saw it, and I was just like, I can't even imagine this scene. Like, I can't. I had to like look away and wait for it to be over and like hold back tears. Because you know me, I don't really like to cry. So I'm like, oh my God, oh my gosh, like, hurry up. So yeah, it's just crazy. But I thought it was a great adaptation. They did a really good job. And I think for some of us who read books like that, and some of the scenes feel like you're not quite sure what you read, watching a film right after you're reading like totally makes more sense. Like, I was having a hard time like pinpointing like who was who, because each chapter was a different perspective, but it was like it was the mother's perspective, then it was the daughter's perspective, but then it was the mother as a child perspective. But then when you watch the film, you're like, oh my gosh, this makes way more sense. So I was happy to be able to do both. So I wanted to thank Andy for doing that separate little reading group for Joy Luck Club, because that was an excellent read. I've been wanting to read that for so long, so I was really happy to be able to read it with a group of people again, and hear what everyone had to say. So thank you for doing that. So if anyone else in our book club wants to like have a little side read of something, and just announce it, and whoever wants to join in and do that, absolutely. We don't have to only read what we're reading here, and some people may jump over and some people might not, but we're all here to read some good books. So Joy Luck Club was definitely a good one. So thanks, Andy. Okay, so we've been chit-chatting for a little while here. Why don't we go ahead and start one of our sprints? And yeah, it was good. Thank you. And I think 25 minutes has been pretty good for us. If anyone was on my midnight reading sprints, you know that I was having difficulty with my webcam. So if you see that start to glitch out, I'll just switch over to my phone like I did before. So no worries, you may see me come in and out, but the stream will stay up. And I know Laura is also having some technical difficulties, so you may see her come in and out. So bear with us. We aren't the techiest or have the best Wi-Fi and technology in the world, but we make it through. So you may see us come in and out. Like I said before, I'm going to be filming, so you're going to see some weirdness happen here, but don't worry. It's all in good fun. So you get to see the behind the scenes, like what it looks like to film, and laugh at yourself and pause. And if you can read lips, you'll probably see a lot of the F word coming from my mouth sometimes when I get upset about why I can't say words. But anywho, yeah, so let's go ahead. I found a cozy reading nook ambiance thing that I'll post while we're going. I think it's like rainy night or something like that. But yeah, let's go ahead. It's 15 right now, so 25 minutes would bring us to the 40. So enjoy your reading or whatever you're doing to be productive, and we'll be back at the 40.
Sounds good.
Okie dokie. So that was the end of the first sprint. Pretty darn quick.
Mm-hmm.
I
How's
have
your recording
just
go?
good. I have one video recorded, and I just have to do the end of the second one. So worked out pretty nice because I only have 2 more after that. So I will probably be able to start reading at some point this evening. So that's kind of cool.
Awesome.
I'm glad that I'm able to get it done though, because I didn't know when other times I was able to do it. Because like anytime I have time to do anything and I have the energy to do something, it's like, okay, I got to clean this. Okay, I got to clean that. Okay, I got to get this ready. Okay, I got to make a list for that. Oh, I got to do this. So I'm very pleased that I am able to use this time wisely. So in the comments, let us know what you were able to do if you're doing something productivity-wise, or if you're doing any reading. What did you end up reading? I feel like I totally like blipped on the book you chose, but how did you do?
Good. I got 30 pages read. So I'm reading Happiness for Beginners by Catherine Center.
Oh, I like that cover.
Yeah, it's super bright orange, like really easy to see. It's really pretty. I read another one of her books. It was a book of the month book, probably 4 or 5 years ago. And it I thought I knew how it was going to go. It was about a girl who was in an airplane accident and was then wheelchair bound for what seemed like the rest of her life. And they weren't sure if she would survive and everything. So like you think you know how this fictional book was going to go, right? And it went there, but then there was still like 60 pages left, you know? So I'm finding out she's that kind of an author. So like even if it goes where you think it's going to go, there's way more that happens after that. And she's just really easy to read. I really like it. This one is going to be a movie on Netflix. I think it comes out in July or something. But it's about a 32-year-old woman who has been divorced for a year and decides that she wants to get her life back somehow. So she has no experience doing any of this stuff, but she decides to go on this hiking course in like Wyoming or something crazy. It's this hardcore survival thing for like 2 weeks of hiking. So she decides to do it. She's the oldest by like at least 10 years, and she has a crush on one of the guys, and it's a whole bunch of stuff. But it's really, really good. Yeah, it's great. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like that author name is very familiar to me. I don't think I've ever read any of her writing, but I feel like I've seen it. So looks like Andy also got 30 pages in, but tired, so she may crash. Well, we hope you feel better later. And yeah, totally. If you need to head out, you do that and get some rest.
Absolutely.
And it looks Mary's having some issues with YouTube, so she will also be taking it in for the night, which, as always, we are always having technical issues over here, so we totally get it.
Good night, Mary.
Yeah,
thanks
but
for joining
hey,
us.
going to bed a little bit early sometimes is just a blessing. So take it.
Sometimes you have to.
Take it. Yeah. Speaking of Netflix, I don't know why, but like I've been getting into a couple of new shows, and you and I have talked about a few of them. But I really got into The Diplomat, and I am not like a political, like I don't like those kind of shows. Like I wouldn't say I don't like them, but I don't like gravitate towards them. But this one, I don't know. I really like it. It's with Carrie Russell, and that's pretty much the only person that I can remember the name of. But I really like her.
Sewell is also in it.
Yes. Yes. I love it. I think it's great. It's only a couple episodes, which is really sad. So I'm thinking that the next season might have more. But it is being picked up for a second season. But the thing that
Good.
sucked about the first season is it literally the last episode, the cliffhanger is, what if that show never would have gotten a second season? Like, you can't end a show like that. You can't end a show like that. So, oh man, I'm excited, but I'm gonna have to wait like an entire year to see that. So,
Yeah.
Hi Kim, no worries. We just finished the sprint, so you're good. You can join us at any time. We'll be here. We just came back from a sprint, so we're just chit-chatting a little bit. Let us know if you're going to be reading our June book, which is We Are the Brennans, or if you're going to be doing something different. But yeah, other than that, like I've been watching some comedy, like stand-up comedy routines. I watched Trevor Noah's latest one, and that one was okay. He sometimes gets a little preachy on certain topics, and I kind of wonder, like, is this a joke, or are you just on a platform right now? Like, I'm trying to figure out, and it's a little bit of both, which I don't necessarily mind. But when it's real late at night and I'm just looking for a laugh, I'm just like, I don't know if I picked the right special.
Yeah.
But I love his stuff. He really is very funny. But the other night I found this woman comedian who she's like 57, and I've never seen her before.
Leanne Morgan?
Yes.
Yeah, I like her.
I freaking loved her. I thought she was hilarious. Yeah. And everything she was talking about, I was like, yep. And it was so funny because she's very clean. And she, at one point, she's like, okay, guys, I know you're waiting for me to talk about my panties. And then she talks about like how she likes them to go over her stomach. And I'm like, yes. Yes. But yeah, she was hilarious. So I've been trying to find more of her stuff. And honestly, I'm actually looking, I want to find out like how she even started, because in the special that I saw, the jokes that she had and the allusion she had to her upbringing and her children's upbringing, I'm wondering when exactly comedy happened. Like, when did becoming a comedian happen? And I was talking to my husband about it, and he's like, why don't you just call her up and ask her when she's going to write a book? And I was like, but that's exactly what I want. Like, I want your memoir. I want to know, like, oh, how did this come to be? Like, not like in a bad way, but like, I'm thoroughly interested, because I just don't know, based on what you've been talking about, because she was a stay-at-home mom and took care of the household, and her husband traveled a lot, sounds like extensively. So I'm like, when did comedy happen? Like, I thoroughly am interested. Like, I want to know, how did this happen? Because you're great. Like, I think she's hilarious. So yeah, I'd like to find more on her. She was really good.
She's on YouTube like crazy. I've been watching her on YouTube for over a year.
Okay. So I have to look her up on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah. She has her own channel too. But so Tennessee, that will be your answer.
You totally broke up that, like, I didn't hear anything you just said. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Everything went black. So she talks about some stuff like on her own channel, of course, but there's clips from TV shows she does with the news stations in Tennessee about how she got started and all that stuff. So that's all out there.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. Then I am definitely going to do that, because I'm like thoroughly interested. Like, I want to know, like, how did this happen? Because it's amazing that you're here, because she was great. I really liked her. Great, Kim. Awesome.
Nice.
Marvelous Miss Maisel. So my husband
Yeah.
loves that show. He watches the junk out of that show. It was on, he had it on the other day while he was in the kitchen, and it was like, I don't know what I've never watched it. He says I would like it, but like it takes me a long time to like want to start a show. It's really weird. But anywho, it's like this episode, and they're like, I feel like it was Coney Island, and they're like in the Ferris wheel or something, but they're all like yelling at each other because they're all in different spots, and they're like talking to each other because she's supposed to be somewhere else, but she like got fired or something. So they're all yelling, and the whole time I'm like, I can't believe you watch this show. Like, this is aggravating to me. Like, why is everyone yelling at each other? Why can't they all just stop, calm down, and have a conversation? And he's like, you wouldn't understand. That's what makes it funny. And I'm like, this is why I won't watch this show right now, because it's like not hitting me in the right spot. But that's the other thing. So ask me how many times I've tried to start Schitt's Creek.
How many times?
4. I have tried to watch that show 4 times, and every time I can't get through the first episode. Like, I literally
that's the worst episode, I think.
Oh my gosh.
It's the worst one.
When they get
it gets
to town,
better as it goes.
Yeah, and that's what everyone says. And here's the thing. Do you know how many clips of Schitt's Creek I've watched? Like, just all of the David Levy episodes, like anything that he's in, I'll like watch because he's hilarious. I love him. But like, I cannot get through that first episode. I can't. It literally, every time that guy who, I can't remember his actor name, but he's like the guy that like welcomes them to the town, and he's like, he's
Chris
Woogie.
Elliott is his real name.
What's that? Yeah, he's
Chris
Woogie.
Elliott is his real name.
Yeah, I can't stand him. He creeps me out. I don't like his character. He makes me mad. And so like that whole scene that he's in, I'm just like, yep, I'm done. Like, I can't even. I think he's like the mayor or something. Can't do it.
Yeah, his name is Roland Shit. And he is like, annoying, but he does get better. And the more you get to know Jocelyn too, it helps. But a couple episodes, he is so frustrating. I mean, you just want to smash his face. You just do.
It's like that kind of comedy, really, I just can't stand. It's so annoying. So
I feel like he is more in that first season.
So bad.
Yeah. You'll get into it and you'll really like it. Like, because I totally know what you mean. The first episode I really liked when I first watched it because I knew it was coming out on Pop TV and I was like ready to watch. I watched like live immediately. I was so excited about it because I love Dan Levy. So like I was there right from the get-go, like totally all in 1,000%, waiting every week for a new episode. You know how torturous that is. And the same thing whenever Chris Elliott comes on, I think he's funny and can be funny, but also like he does that annoying, like not getting it, clueless doofus thing so well. I just want to kill him, you know, which is a testament to how good he is, I hope, and not how he is in real life. But like, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And for sure, the first season is the worst season. So if you can get through that first couple of episodes, and then you start to get to know the town a little bit more, and it's less about just the family with Roland inserting himself in, you know, it's better. And the more you get to know Stevie,
Yeah, because Dan Levy, I mean, I just love him. I just, he's like just perfect. So I want to watch him in this show, and Anywho, it looks like Andy's only seen the first few of it too. But, okay. Well, we had about 15 minutes of chitty chat, which usually is what happens. We do the same amount of time chatting as we do reading, but let's go ahead and pop into another sprint, shall we? So those of you who have just joined us can get started as well. So Kim, I think the show is actually over now. It's complete. I have access to it, I think, through Hulu is where I keep seeing it pop up. I know it used to be on Netflix because that was the first place that I saw it, but I don't think it's on Netflix anymore. I think it's on Hulu and then probably some other streaming services as well. But it is the show is complete. It has wrapped. So you would be able to find the entire series wherever it is streaming. And I think Hulu is where I know it to be. So, yeah. Okay, so we're going to pretend it's the whole hour. So we'll come back at the 25. And I will put the Nook stuff back on. You're going to see me do my weird stuff here on the camera. And we'll come back and see where everyone's at.
Yeah.
Okay, enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was a quick 25. I just realized that as I'm filming all these videos, I most likely am going to have that ASMR rain in the background. Oh boy. That's not good. I wonder if Laura has her mute on. Because I don't think she can hear me. She's definitely muted from us, but I think she muted us from her as well. Because usually she can hear when we come back. But whatever. I'll just keep talking and see when she realizes that we're back. But anywho, yeah, so I only have one more video to film, which is such a relief. I mean, technically I have 2 more to film, but I have to read one more chapter to film that last one. So what I can do tonight, I have one more left, so I'm excited because it's a short one, which is awesome. And then hopefully I can get those edited as I go and not leave everyone hanging like I did for the last time. Okay. But yeah, so let us know in the comments where you are in your reading and how far you got, or if you were doing something other than reading, what you were able to accomplish. Kind of as we're doing that, a little not same conversation, but my husband, the way his work weeks work out is he's home for a week as part of his rotation. And this week he has been working on painting the house. I don't know if any of you have a partner who like gets really obsessed about something and like wants to get it done. For some reason, he has gotten uber obsessed about painting our house, which we've talked about for several years, but have decided to do it this year. And he like wants to get the house painted before our son is born. And so he's been out there like every day for the last like 4 days trying to paint. And the spray paint thing that he's got just isn't working. Didn't work right the first time. And oh my gosh, yeah. So he's been outside every day for the last couple days painting the house. And he's got like, I would say 30% of it done. And let me tell you, it looks fantastic. Like I'm really excited about it. I think we picked a fantastic color. It looks like such a better house. Like it just looks so much nicer. But it's just cracking me up how like obsessed he is about it. Like he really wants to get it done before our son is born. And I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I have to show you, Laura. I have to make sure I take my phone outside and take a picture for you because it's looking really good.
What color is it?
The color name is Mountain Olive.
Oh.
So to me, though, when you go out there, it almost is like a forest green.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it looks so much. I mean, you know, my house is
but yellow. Yeah. It's a weird color.
This is nice. This is really nice. It's gonna look really nice. It's gonna be dark. Like it looks really dark. Mm-hmm. But I think as we get used to it, it'll be fine. It's a very rich color. It looks really nice. I'm really happy that we picked that color. But yeah, he's like totally upset. He's out there from like 9 o'clock until like 7. Like he was still out there when we started our stream. Excuse me. So yeah, he's out there all day, just spraying away. And you know how he is. So Let's see here. Andy made it to page 67 and some PJs. Good for you.
Very nice.
Yeah, I've done a couple of wardrobe changes, but not jammies yet. It looks like Kim got 10 pages read. Now, Kim, was this Laura? Was this Kim's pick?
Yep.
Perfect. Awesome. I'm glad we could get to that. I was looking at Goodreads, and I feel like this book was part of a finalist or something for Best Fiction some year, and it had some other accolade on there too. So it sounds like it's going to be a good book. I will probably start it this evening once I get my final video filmed, because it looks like I'll have time now. So I'm excited to start it. I myself am Irish, so I'm feeling like I'm going to have a little bit more relatability just because we are looking at an Irish family. But you never know. It's a different part of the world. But my stepfather's family is also Irish, and they come from this part of the woods. So it'll be interesting to see if I pick up on anything.
Yeah, I think that will be.
Yeah. Ay. Andy says, this book is interesting. Not one I heard of, but pulled me in pretty quickly. That's good. Awesome. Yeah, I'll be listening to it on audio. I don't have a physical copy. So, yeah. Have you found the book yet?
No, I haven't looked, though. I mean, I did. Shortly after this, we started reading. I noticed my whole screen was white. Like, it just kicked me out of the stream here completely. So I logged back in, and I didn't catch that there was no noise at all. I was just reading. So I'm glad that the noise works now and I can hear everybody. But I have not looked. I should do a quick nosy round when we start our next sprint, if we do another one, because, yeah, I know it's here.
Yeah.
I'll be starting it very soon. I know I'll finish this first because I have to finish this first. But yeah.
Do you have a big TBR for June?
It's not too bad. I think it's I've got a book for the Aurora Tea Garden read along by Charlene Harris. I'm reading with Ange and Amy, a year-long read along. I've got that book. I've got 2 books by Jamaica Kincaid. They're both under 200 pages. That's for book naturalists, I think. And then this, we were the Brennans, Are the Brennans, whatever, for us. And then, so there's a year-long Golden Girls read-along. Like, every month is a different prompt. And this month is mental health. So I'm going to read the book Bittersweet by the same author who wrote the book Quiet about introverts. So it's about how, sadness and things are necessary to have a happy life. Like, you have to have the good with the bad. So I'll be doing that. So it's not too bad, really, theoretically. And I can read that Charlene Harris book in a day, Yeah. So it's not bad. But, yeah, not bad this month. And do you have anything on your list? I'm assuming not really, because you're
Well, my goal this year was to not have TBRs for that exact reason.
Yeah.
So realistically, I am reading our book for book club. So we are the Brennans. And then I have London, which I have to decide if or what I'm going to read for June and let my Voxer group know. Because usually I let them know how many chapters I'm going to read. I'm actually a chapter behind. I have to read chapter 8, which I'll do probably tomorrow, which is the whorehouse. So it's a good chapter.
Oh, yeah. That is a good chapter.
So I'll fly through it because I'll just be laughing the whole time. But I did download a bunch of stuff on my Hoopla so that I had stuff to read if I have any lulls in the hospital, which the way my doctor's making it sound is it's gonna be quick. So I don't think I will, but I did download a bunch of stuff, but it's nothing of consequence. So if I don't read it, I don't read it. But no, I really haven't. I don't have anything on a list or anything. And I think too, I just haven't had the brain capacity to even think about books that I want to read. But I will say I have thoroughly been enjoying not having a TBR this year.
Nice.
it is so nice to just pick up a book and start reading it, as opposed to having a group of 15 books where I'm like, I'm supposed to be reading these books and then not getting to them or feeling like it's homework. So it's been nice to be able to be like, oh, Andy's going to read Joy Luck Club, so I want to read that too, and not feel like, oh, but I have all these other books I'm supposed to be reading. So that's been really nice. So I think I'm done with TBRs. Like, when I made that decision earlier in the year, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to like that, because I'm really type A when it comes to these things. I like having a plan. I like knowing things. But honestly, like, no love lost. Like, I am really enjoying just being able to pick something up. And I feel like I have felt better about DNFing things because they're not on a TBR. Like, I'll start reading something and I'll be like, I don't think I like this. And I'll just put it down and I'll move on. So if anyone is thinking about dissing the TBR, I highly recommend it. It is so empowering and exhilarating to not have a looming bunch of books just sitting there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been liking it. I will say the one con of it is sometimes when you are ready to pick up another book, you have like a moment of like, oh, I don't know what to read, which is silly because I mean,
I know. Look around, I know.
But it is nice when you do have a TBR that you know exactly where to go. Like, I want to read these books because this is what I said I was going to read this month. So that's the one exception I would say, that sometimes I don't start a book right away because I'm like, I don't really have the time to think about this right now. But I've also been really busy this month, or the last couple months, so I'm not concerned about it by any means. But yeah. Oh, I know another book I've been reading. I started listening to Spare by
that's right.
Yeah. That's okay.
You're probably going to finish before I have finished, because I think I'm not even at the halfway point.
And I don't know where I'm at.
Reading since January.
Yeah, I don't have a physical copy. I'm listening to on audio, so I don't really know where I'm at, like, as far as the book itself. I know I just jumped into part 2, which I found fascinating because the first part has 53 chapters.
I'm in part 2 right now.
Yeah.
Chapter 22.
Yeah. It's basically...
And you're right, the chapters are like a page long.
Yeah, they're like a page long.
Yeah.
They're like sound bites. This is what happened when I was this age. This is what happened when I was this age. This is what I thought about this. This is what I thought about that.
Yeah, we were in Africa and this happened. Yeah. And
not to say it's not fascinating, because obviously, like, we grew up with them. Like, he's only a couple years older than I am. So, like, we were the same age. And when his mom passed, it was a big part of my life because...
Yeah, mine too.
Yes, we're not British. But even as a kid, I knew it was impactful. I knew it was significant. My mom was devastated. Devastated. So seeing your mother like that, you assume that this person is someone of importance. And, you always used to follow all that stuff, the way they used to do the news and everything. She was always on the news. So it is interesting for someone who is my age to go back and talk about that stuff, because it's in a lifetime that I exist in, right? But what I will say is, I feel like the book is poorly formatted, quite frankly, poorly written, and I don't feel like he is that great at reading his own book. Like, I don't know. It feels just so boring. And he sounds whiny almost. It's like borderline whiny. That's my interpretation. Yeah. And everyone else can have a different opinion. That's just how I've been feeling about it. And I feel so bad because it's nonfiction. So how do you rate nonfiction? I mean, is that even fair? But I think I'm going to end up giving it a 3 stars. Like a low 3 star.
Well, this is surprising.
I know. But maybe it'll get better. Maybe I'm just not in the good part. I don't know. But the thing that stinks is I am very interested in his perspective because of who he is, you know. He is the spare, you know, like and growing up knowing that and feeling that, and especially everything that's happened since Megan, it's interesting. And for everything that has changed within the monarchy with who you can marry and all these kinds of things, it is very interesting. But I don't know, there's just something about this it's not clicking with me. I don't know. Andy said, I just finished. What is that? Are those words?
Yeah, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin.
Is that how it's spelled?
The cover. No, she's just short.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure because I don't know lingo, I guess. Tomorrow, Tomorrow, Tomorrow. The entirety of the Parker inheritance today. Ooh. Yeah, I need to find me some 5-star reads. So thank you for letting me know that. I'm going to have to write that down.
2 5 stars in a day? That's
odd.
A good day.
I don't have 2 5 stars in a year sometimes. Awesome. Yes. Yeah.
That's an early memory I have of her wedding. Our neighbors are British. She's from England, around Oxfordshire. So I grew up with her, and like she still has a British accent and everything after living here for like 45 years. But I remember my mom and her getting together to watch the wedding when I was 4, I think, when they were married. So I remember watching that with them. And then she died when I was in college, and I was just devastated. I mean, she was so different. She was really different. Yeah, and I've got shelves of books about the royals now because I'm a crazy person.
When you go to the UK, I remember specifically in Scotland, there are so many plaques on businesses, on the concrete of like places she was, places anywhere she was, stood foot, they like put it there. I didn't see that too much in London, which I mean, obviously makes sense, but in Scotland, it was like everywhere. I was like, wow. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You feel very connected to her there, which is, I thought was very interesting.
Yeah. Nice.
Awesome. I feel like I've heard her talk about that. So she's always got great recommendations for middle grade.
She really does.
She really knows how to pick them. She's so funny. So she just recently had a wrap up, Krista did, and she doesn't like doing wrap ups. She's like, when she's done reading the book, she doesn't want to talk about it anymore. She's like over it. She likes the excitement of what's coming. So it was fun. It was cute because like the first like 2 minutes of the wrap up is her saying, "I don't like wrap ups. It take me a couple of days to even do this." But the funny thing that goes along with that is she's so good at wrap ups. Like she goes through like she reads a ton.
She really does.
Have like 30 books, And the video still is only like 20 minutes long. So it's like she is able to like so effortlessly give a description and rating of a book so succinctly and just move on to the next and talk about the next one and move on to the next and talk about the next one. And I'm just like, but you're so good at wrap-ups. Like, if I sucked at wrap-ups, yeah, I'd hate wrap-ups. And I'm not doing wrap-ups anymore anyways because I ain't got time for that. But she's so good at them. She really is. She really is very good at wrap-ups. So I don't know if she'll end up taking them off of her video list or not, but she does an amazing job. Okay, so let's jump into another. I have like the fan is on and it's like blowing like little baby hairs like right in my face. But my hair is parted weird today. I don't know what happened, but it's really annoying me.
Put your headband thing back on. Maybe that'll help.
Oh my god. I can't even tell where it is. It's like right here, but I don't know where it's supposed to go because this is not where my part usually is. So
leave it like that.
Which way is it supposed to go? Okay, so let's start another sprint. We're going to pretend it's the 50. So we'll go to the quarter after for 25 minutes. And we'll see y'all back here very, very soon.
Sounds good.
Okie dokie. Laura, did you change something? Because this is looking very nice. Like clear and...
Yeah, my iPad just stopped working.
Sure.
So I had to switch to my phone. So yeah.
Looks great.
Okay. Glad to see all my fats in HD now. That's fabulous. Yeah. Are you all done recording?
I am. Very happy about that. I started, so I had like 10 more minutes left of that, and I started to write down some things for a different project that I want to work on. I know it's so silly, but it's something that I want to work on that realistically no one will see for a couple of months. So sorry for the non-tidbit, but I would like to work on that, and I want it to be different, so I am kind of trying to take it out of my brain and put it on a paper so that I understand it a little bit better before I start filming it. So, yeah.
Nice.
But how did you do in the sprint?
Good. I think so far tonight, I'm assuming we're done with this one. I don't know. But I've read 120 pages tonight. That's pretty good.
That is good. Very good.
Yeah, I got pretty far. I'm loving this book. So.
Oh, good. Good. It's always nice when you sit down with a book and you're like, wow, this is really good.
I know. I'm really enjoying myself.
Yeah. Looks like Kelly joined us during the last sprint. She's reading Saturday Night at the Lakeside Supper Club. Why does that sound so familiar? I feel like I've heard that one before. I'd like to try read that. Yeah. As a fellow Wisconsinite, I'm loving the references to brandy old fashions, breadstick apps, and prime rib platters. So I used to work at a supper club, and I love eating at supper clubs. Like, oh, they are so amazing. We have a supper club in the town that I live in that is not far from my house. And it is so amazing that my mother, who lives an hour and a half away, and some of her friends, that's where they go every New Year's Eve. They drive all the way up here to go to this particular supper club. And they sometimes invite us. Like, we went last year, and I was like hugely pregnant, but it was so good. I think I had like tenderloin and scallops, and they have this most amazing bread pudding dishes, like all different flavors sometimes. Like the last time I went, I think it was like cherry something. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love supper clubs. And yeah, anytime my husband and I go out, we usually get a we don't do brandy, we do whiskey. So whiskey old fashioned, I do sour, whiskey old fashioned sour, and I do mushrooms, and my husband does olives. But I haven't had an old fashioned in like 2 years because I've been basically pregnant for 2 years. But yes, I love old fashions. They're so good.
I've never had an old fashioned, and I've never been to a supper club.
Okay. So
my whole life has been doing stuff for other people, and I haven't had time to like go out and do stuff on my own. I just do whatever everybody else wants to do all the time.
Laura.
Yeah.
The next time you come here, you and I are going to the supper club. Well, we are having our old fashions, and we're having some prime ribs. So you better come on a Saturday.
Well, I'll be up there later this month. So maybe do you want to wait till you're like away from breastfeeding before we do that?
Fine.
You're breastfeeding. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Back to reading Andy made 800. Awesome. Good job. I'm assuming you're still liking it. Back to the supper club. No. It's new and takes place in Minnesota, but it is so Wisconsin too. Yeah.
Crossover.
Yeah. The upper Midwest, I feel, is very much part of supper clubs. I feel like PBS a year or two ago did a whole special on supper clubs. And someone had written a book that had like all of the Wisconsin supper clubs in it.
Yeah, I saw part of that, I think.
Oh my gosh. I was like, I want to take a road trip.
I know.
All of these supper clubs.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, so awesome. I know, and I would totally give it to you, but I feel like I don't want to like out where I live. I don't know. I'm so weird about privacy.
Later. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm weird. Yeah, I love supper clubs. So good. So good.
I know.
She lives in a rock. She lives under a rock.
I know. For years it was taking care of dying parents and family members and going to weddings and baby showers and hosting things and being maid of honor. That was most of my adult life. So my life is not my own. I'm trying to fix that now. But yeah.
Well, I'm going to fix it real quick. We're going to go. We're going to go. Or I'm just going to make you a damn old fashioned because it's so easy and delicious. I could do that.
You could.
I could do that. And realistically, because I read a lot about this when I was breastfeeding or pumping for my daughter, but it's like 2% of the alcohol even gets into your breast milk. And they even say like, as long as it's like a certain window of time. It's all very like hazy on if you can or if you should or if you pump and dump and all these kinds of things. Realistically, I think if I had one drink, my baby's not going to get any kind of crazy like aftermath of my old fashioned.
Yeah.
Other than enjoying itself. Okay.
Right. Maybe sleeping really well. No.
That's terrible.
I know, it's awful.
Terrible. Thank you for understanding. I appreciate that. Yeah, plenty of time. Yeah. The hilarious thing is for people in our area, so people in Wisconsin. I'm just going to say Wisconsin. So all of our Wisconsinites in the room, you can tell me if I'm wrong. But when we go other places and we ask for some of these drinks that we have gotten at supper clubs, people look at us like we're frigging insane. Like I have gone to like in Florida, I have been to places in Illinois, in Ohio, where you will ask for like an old fashioned, you will ask for a White Russian, and they look at you like you're like from a different planet. And I'm like, how do you not know what an after dinner drink is? Do you know what a grasshopper is? No, you don't. It's not an insect. It's a drink. Like, and I think the old fashioned has kind of accelerated itself up to the front of the list of drinks because I think it's become a brand almost. Yeah. So that one's not as bad. But I'll tell you, when I graduated with my master's degree back in 2019, I went to the university. It was an online. I did it all online, but the school was physically in Ohio, and I was like 6 hours. I mean, that's not that far. So I did go, and I walked across stage, and we went to a supper club after, and I asked them if they could do a White Russian, and they're like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." So the whole table ordered White Russians, and I'm not quite sure what we got because it was not a White Russian. It was like this chocolatey, weird, almost malty, like just chocolatey, milky, flavored garbage. It was so bad.
Bizarre.
And we were all laughing our butts off because we're like, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
this is not a White Russian. Because for those of you who know, a White Russian is cream, Kahlua, and vodka. I think that's it. It's 3 ingredients. What they gave us had like chocolate syrup in it, and it was weird. It was so weird. It was so weird. So I don't know if anyone else has stories like that. It's like anywhere you go, you have to just get like amaretto sour because nobody knows what you're talking about. Oh. But yeah, I don't know. We've been on here for 2.5 hours. It went super fast for me, probably because I was filming the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, usually this is about when we would call it a night. If we did another sprint, I don't know. We'd get to like, for us, 11. Only a couple people here. How does everyone feel? Do we want to call it a night? Say our dues?
Yeah, I'm good either way. Because either way, I'm finishing this book tonight, regardless of if we're doing this or not. So like, I'm good with whatever.
We could do like a 20-minute sprint. That way it's a little bit shorter, but yeah, I don't know. I guess a show of hands.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody wants an extra sprint, Laura and I are up for it. Otherwise, I think we will call it a night. Okay, let's go ahead and do that then. We'll do a last 20-minute sprint.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna keep on my plan here. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Before I jibber jabber through a whole sprint. Yep, Kim's on board too. Awesome. Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Andy. Good night. And Kim's on board as well. So, okay, we will do 20 minutes. So that will take us to the like 50, I guess. So I'll put a banner up and we'll see you on the flip side.
Sounds good.
Okie dokie. We are all finished for this evening. Looks like Kim was falling asleep, so she bid us a good evening.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Kim. How close are you to being done? Oh, and she's gone. She'll be back. I just worked on my secret project, which I'm going to have to do some editing on, but it's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, how did you do? Are you close to the end?
I am close. I got 40 pages done. I can't read fast enough right now. So yeah, I have like 5 pages left.
Oh, good. So you'll finish tonight.
For sure. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
Oh, that's better too. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay.
You're welcome, Kelly. We're glad you could join us. I always try to have a good time.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything for the rest of the week?
I don't think so. No, you. Maybe
Just
having
getting this baby out,
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. I would want the same thing for you too. I mean, yeah.
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 Yeah. It's time. I'm ready. Let's go.
Mhm.
I think because since the last time I saw my doctor, because she made it seem like it was going to happen real quick, like, oh, he's coming, like, you need to come to the hospital, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, I'm making it to my next appointment. I'm just like, when is this going to happen? Like, you said it was going to happen. Like, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's why I'm getting so, like hello.
Mhm.
So, silly. But he'll come when he's supposed to come. That's what I believe. So I don't want to push him too early.
But also, feel free not to linger,
Yeah, like,
Mhm.
let's go.
Mhm.
It's time.
You need some sushi.
Don't even.
Sorry.
I need some carbs.
Yeah, that too.
I'm so sick of pricking my finger. I'm so sick of having to remember to do my stuff an hour later. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Mhm.
Sick. And that's like, if I was younger, that'd be a reason why I wouldn't have any more kids, because I'm like, I'm not going through that again.
Yeah.
More kids, carbs. More kids, carbs. Like, you gotta make your choices, people. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it's easy for me to laugh about this because I know I'm not having any more kids, but man, I know I'm going to have more carbs.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. They're cheaper.
So much more satisfying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But no, seriously. You don't realize how many carbs are out there in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just in everything.
I know.
You can't even have like a healthy meal because of how many carbs are still in the meal.
I know.
Like, especially fruit. Like, I really, like, especially in the summer months, like, I really enjoy, like, usually every meal that I have a cut up watermelon, a cut up cantaloupe, honeydew, something. And I'm like, I can't even have that because of the carbs in fruit. So annoying.
Yep.
So annoying. Or like just a bowl of cereal. Like, sometimes you're just busy and you just need to like hurry up and have something.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't eat sugary cereal. I'm talking about like Raisin Bran and like good hearty cereal.
Old people cereal.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Not allowed. Not happening. Too many carbs. So I cannot wait. I'm hiding like M&Ms and brownies and donuts in my hospital bag. Like, I asked my doctor, I'm like, so when this kid is out, I can eat a cookie, right? And she's like, you eat as many cookies as you want. I'm like, I'm telling you right now, you lay the baby on one side and you put cookies in the other. Oh my gosh. It's terrible. So I feel for diabetics everywhere, man. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Good luck to you. Because that is no joke. No joke. Yeah. So, yeah. Yes, Kelly. Carbs for the win.
Absolutely.
For sure. And I'm not even talking about like, oh, I want cake. I want this. I want that. I mean, cookie would be nice. But like, honestly, it's just like regular food. Like my fruit. Like I want fruit. Like I want to have a cup of strawberries with yogurt. I want to have, my watermelon and my cantaloupe. Can't.
Yep.
I would like some pasta without thinking I can have 4 like things of pasta. I can have 4 noodles. Rice is the worst.
I know.
Like, I could hardly have any rice, so I just didn't have rice when I made it for dinner. I just skipped the rice. Bread. Everyone knows I had bread at my wedding. I can't even eat bread right now.
Yep, I know. It's terrible. It's
bagel.
Terrible.
Can't have a bagel. This sucks. And it's funny because, I mean, I can have bread, but I have to have like certain bread that's like super low in carbs. So I think the lowest carbs that I have in a piece of bread is like 12 grams. But the bread that I buy, like the brown berry bread, which is like, oh, the 12 grain, blah, 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 like super good for you bread, is like 27 grams per slice. That's my whole allotment. Like, so needless to say, I eat a lot of eggs.
Yep. You kind of have to. I mean, it's the easiest protein that like lasts a while. It doesn't go bad in 2 days. You can have it different ways, but it's still having that one thing is just like, please, I don't want any more almost, And it's still good with toast or with a bagel.
Yeah.
Or like in a tortilla for a breakfast wrap. Like, yeah.
But again, toast, tortillas, they're all carbs.
They're all delicious.
Yeah.
As I drink my pink lemonade all night long, I'm sure there's carbs in it too.
Water. Yeah. Thank goodness my Diet Cokes have no carbs because I would be dying. But yeah. So yeah, that's what my week looks like, is just hoping for carbs.
Yep.
I mean, hoping for the baby.
Yeah. And carbs immediately afterwards, yes.
Well, anywho, everyone, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We had a lot of fun. We hope that you got some reading done, regardless of what you read. Hope you had a nice time. The next time you will see us will be at the end of June, June 27th, where we will do a live discussion on our June read of We Are the Brennans by Tracey Lange. So until then, we hope you guys are all doing well, and we'll see you then.
Yep.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.